So I'm like this close to crashing out right now. And let me tell you, oh my God, today is Friday, August 22nd, 2025. And oh boy, you know, it's just sometimes those days in life where you want to scream and take your phone and smash it into somebody's skull or upon your desk, or maybe punch a monitor, right? Just to alleviate that absolute anger that you're struggling with, because just this is the day. This is the day out of 2025 that I want to scream and bash my face into the wall because everything is just not cooperating with me today. So let me tell you the life of a normal human being when I screw up something, okay? This will be so relatable, and I'm sure that I'm not the only person who has done things like this. Okay, so as you guys know, I have a sponsor on this channel, and I get paid through a commission sale, all right? And in the past, I was always paid directly from the company, but they wanted to move to a third-party vendor where basically the commission sales go through a website, and the website tracks all the commission sales, and I can see the amount that I sell and all the people who click and purchase whatever, and then I get sent that at the end of the month. Can we just establish that I think that companies that only send you money once a month or twice is just a horrible way to do business? YouTube, by the way, in case you didn't know this, YouTube only sends you money once a month, and it's typically the 20th of the month every single month. Commission sales on the internet, let's say online commission sales, if you're selling a product or something, they also only pay once a month. So if something happens where a mess up or something, you're pretty much screwed on getting your money on a timely fashion. And don't even get me started on sponsors specifically, because you want to know a little trick about sponsors? They don't pay you typically until 2 to 3 months after you've done the work. So, like, it's really frustrating to work with companies who do stuff like this. But I digress, right? I'm getting distracted. So, I have this website, third-party vendor. I can see all my sales. I had around $1,500 that I was supposed to be paid on. Well, I was actually supposed to be paid last month. I was supposed to be paid last month, but guess what? This website, because it's so archaic and outdated, and the UI is so dreadfully terrible that when I made my account, apparently I had an account from over 14 years ago, it had an old address that I didn't even know was linked to my account from this YouTube channel. If you go back to my very first videos, the house that I lived in 14 years ago, somehow that commissions account that I had was linked to an old address. So, and I didn't realize that when I started using this website with my old address linked, it also had the payment option was a physical check. So when I checked last month on the 20th, it said payment sent, and I was like, payment sent? I don't see where no payment sent, right? I filled out my taxes, all that stuff with updated information, but they sent a physical check, which I have not received a physical check in the mail for money in like over a decade, right? I received a physical check that got sent to my old address from 14 years ago that was on file that I didn't even know was on there, because again, 14 years ago, and the UI of this website, because of how old it is, share in sales, is dreadful. You know, websites that typically have like your banking information and like payment options, everything's like on one page, right, to set your banking direct deposits into your bank. Well, they are stupid and they don't have it set this way. They have it set each like category. So like bank payments are separate. Your the check payments are separate. Like they're all in these tiny, smeegy little tabs. Okay. And let me tell you, websites that have horrible UI design that don't make it user-friendly to know where everything is, and you have to go through tab after tab and section after section, is one of the most infuriating experiences on things like Apple, for example. One of the reasons I fucking hate Apple is because their UI is absolutely garbage. Android's garbage. And Instagram is even worse. And Facebook, don't even get me started on Facebook, the most cluttered. These are billion-dollar industries, and they can't make a goddamn UI worth shit. How? Explain to me. I don't want one tab, just to make one tab like in like 5 tabs that have all the things categorized in those 5 tabs. Instead, you have 25 tabs with 5 gazillion tabs within other tabs that then expand to other tabs. So then I have to look on Google constantly or use AI and say, how do I find the block button, or how do I find my block list on this particular app, because it's not under a block setting. It's found in like settings and privacy, and then you have to go to a different setting, and then you have to go to another tab to find the... Oh my God. It makes me so angry. It literally makes me so goddamn angry that billion-dollar companies cannot make simplistic, easy to use. Anyways, the website's UI was terrible. So they sent me a physical check. I'm like, great. $1,500 check goes to an old address. I don't live anymore. What do? I contacted the support. After a couple days, I got them, and they're like, "Yeah, we can cancel the check, but it's gonna cost you $150 to cancel the check." I'm like, "Great, $150 to cancel a check. Do it. I want my money, right? I have to take a little bit of loss to get my money. So be it." So I set up, they canceled the check, and then on like August 15th, they refunded me the amount that was owed back into my account. And I'm like, yay, awesome. And something that this is my fault, okay? So I set up automatic bank transfers, which is what I do for most ways that I get money. Even my job now, bank transfers, direct deposit. I don't want physical checks. I want direct deposit. So I set everything up. And I don't know which happened. I don't know if I mistyped, or if you know how Windows, sometimes when you type on like in a window to buy something, it will automatically autofill data for you. Well, I found out today, August 22nd, when I went to edit my checking account number, it automatically put in a number that was wrong. The whole number was right, but the last digit was wrong. And when I'm thinking about it, over like 2 weeks ago, when I typed in my account number, because when I'm typing any sort of account number that deals with money, I'm like this, dink, 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 dink. I'm looking at it right, and I'm doing one. I literally do this because I type really fast, and I want to make sure I don't misclick something or mistype something. And I swear to God, I typed in the right number, but apparently I didn't check it. It's my fault. And my deposit to my bank was off by one singular number. My account ended in a 5, and I put a 6, or it autofilled the data, because one of the things that drives me crazy about autofill, and you should turn it off if you I had to, because it's not simplistic. I have to look up on Google how to turn off autofill, because I don't want the stupid autofill to begin with, because if you type something wrong, it just automatically like saves it, even if you don't save it, and then it will replace what you're writing as you're writing. So you could write the correct number, but then autofill is going to be like, no, we're going to put this number because you typed it wrong the first time, or for whatever reason, and we're going to save it that way, even though I told it not to save, and then it autofills what I'm typing, and I'm stupid, and I don't notice it. I have ADHD brain, so I don't notice everything, especially if I'm typing the right number and then it changes. It happens all the time with like Apple when you have the autocorrect shit and it tries to like rephrase a word and turns into something that you don't want, right? Aggravating features, stupid features, nobody wants, turn it off, abysmal. Whoever invented the autofill function, you deserve to take a goddamn... I can't say that. Just jump off a bridge. Okay, so, okay. Let's be calm for a moment, okay? I know I'm talking a million miles an hour, but I'm legitimately in a horrific goddamn mood because this is so frustrating, because this one payment, right, has ruined this whole rest of the month for me because of bills that I have to pay, that now I don't have the money that were supposed to go towards that payment. And I know people can relate to this because of my mistake or the autofill mistake. Let's just be real. It probably was my mistake. Whatever. I can't blame it on the autofill, even though that's probably what did happen. But I do mistype things, so it's probably my fault. So I contacted them today, and naturally, because it's a Friday, I'm not probably getting a response till Wednesday. But I also contacted my bank, and I told them, I'm like, hey, this happened. I don't know if it went to a different account. Checking account number. I don't know if there's a checking account number with my number, but 1-digit difference. And she's like, oh, if it went to the wrong account that doesn't exist, it'll just get refunded back into the account. And I'm like, well, okay, but it's already been 3 days since that payment, and I've gotten no confirmation from the company that the payment is being sent back. And she's like, well, let me check on internal. And she's like, well, I can't tell you if that checking account number is within a real account or not, but I will set a request and I'll keep you updated. What's the exact amount? I gave her the exact amount. She's like, well, you're going to have to deal with the company that sent the payment, and hopefully it gets turned back to their account, because otherwise it would go into another account. But I'm like, the names are not the same. My name linked to the account number isn't the same. So by default, shouldn't that transaction be canceled or refunded because the names don't match to the account, right? And she's like, yeah, technically, but sometimes things happen within banking that are mistakes, and it's a whole I don't know. She was explaining to me, like, I have to do a transaction file claim with the company that sent the payment to see if the money actually went someplace officially, or if it's been returned. But again, it's been already 3 days, but banks are so slow. I don't know. It's complicated, whatever. There's a whole filing that I had to do and paperwork to get the issue somewhat resolved. And now I have to wait all the way to September 20th to get my money back. I love having to wait so long. And also, can I just say for a second, even companies, why the hell do companies only make payments every 2 weeks? It is the most abysmal business practice for any company to do this. And it drives me crazy that we live in a society where we have to rely on 2 weeks to get paid. If I work 40 hours a week in 1 week, I should be paid that following Friday for the hours that I logged. It is one of the most frustrating things. Is this only an American thing, or is this other countries do the same thing where we have to wait 2 weeks to get paid? I should be paid the day that I clock in, and then same week, I should be paid that Saturday. Because banks are open typically on Saturdays for a short duration. So typically, our payments should be paid on a Saturday. The 40 hours we work, 45 hours we work in a week, we should be paid the same week. It would be so much easier to manage money that way if we just got paid every week that we worked instead of having to wait 2 weeks to get paid. It just drives me crazy that so much of America works on this payment every 2 weeks. I want my money now as soon as I work those hours. That's the way it should be, and that should be the standard. And there are some companies that do that. A lot of CDL stuff, companies actually pay weekly, but not my company, of course, naturally, right? My God, it would just change the game being able to be paid every single week that you work rather than a 2 week process, because I have bills and things that are due on certain dates. And when I don't have money to pay for them at that exact moment, I have to charge it to my card. And then I just don't want to do that. Like this $1,500 payment that I messed up on, right? I have my cat surgery next week. I have rent that's due next week. And this $1,500, a couple hundred of that was going to go towards my cat surgery. Now I have to charge that to my card. And now I have to take money out of my emergency fund account in order to pay for my rent, because the rent payment isn't going to be the full amount, because I'm also paying for my cat surgery to have him getting neuters. It's just like, Jesus Christ, dude. The fact that being paid once a week would change my life significantly and makes things so much easier, where not every week I'm having to look at balances and numbers and money and looking at the amount that I earn every. And the crazy thing is, you would think that making $40 an hour would be a livable expense in the state of Washington. Let me tell you, it's not. $40 an hour? Not when your entire paycheck goes towards rent. And after taxes and after money being taken out for all the things, I looked at my check from 2 weeks ago, and so I made like almost $3,000, and my actual payment, my check was $2,100. Like almost $700 was taken out for health insurance, dental, taxes, retirement fund type of deal, like that, all of that. It's like, wow, it's a lot of money. And then my rent's like $1,850, almost $1,900 for 650 square feet. And I live in a terrible part of Washington, which is considered like one of the crime capitals in the state. I'm not even exaggerating. Like it's abysmal that we live in a current, like, people my age, everybody's struggling because of how expensive everything's become, because housing crisis. You have all these problems. We're not being paid every single week when we need the money, and we have to use credit cards in order to get by because we don't have the money when we actually need it. And it's very, 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 very frustrating. I also think that there has to be some sort of curse that happens, that when you have really bad days, it always happens to happen on a goddamn Friday, where It's the weekend, so now you have to wait extra long to have things resolved or fixed because most places aren't open on the weekends that you actually need. And what's even more frustrating is that last night, my work called me, right? And they're like, hey, we have an opening for 9.5 hours of overtime. So $40 an hour, halftime, that's, yeah, that's like $60 an hour, right? And I said no because I had something scheduled today that I had canceled already once before. I'm like, I have prior engagements and I have to do this stuff, right? And now I'm thinking, I'm like, wow, so today's Friday. They called me yesterday to work today, even though I normally have Thursdays and Fridays off. And I said no to overtime, which I normally would never do. But because I had an already engagement planned, I just can't cancel it on a third time, I mean. I could have made a big hefty paycheck, extra couple $100 for my next paycheck. But the timing, like last night, and then all this happens today, it makes me go insane. I want to scream. I want my money, and I want it now, and I can't do anything about it. Which this all serves a purpose, okay? And there's a moral to this story. As frustrated as I am and angry as I am of all of these things that happened on the same day, with banking in the last month and not being able to get money that I'm owed, if it's outside of our control, okay, being stressed about it, I say this as I'm stressed about it, doesn't help us. Okay, only focus on what we can control. There are many things in our life with people, finances, money, that I can't, there's literally nothing I can do to make this situation go faster or get resolved any better. I just have to wait. It's outside of my control because of a mistake that was made on my part twice. And I have to just wait and be patient. And I'm frustrated, but also what good does me freaking out over something that I can't control really honestly do for me? Nothing. It just makes the week worse. So that's my staunch reminder. How's your day? How's your Friday going? Yeah, I just thought I'd share with you my little crash out because I wanted to let you guys know that I'm human, okay? And I deal with things just like you. I'm a person, and I screw things up in my actual day-to-day life when it comes to simple things like typing a number for my bank account over a payment that I haven't received in over 2 months now because I fucked it up twice. Because I didn't notice a little tab. Because I typed one number wrong because of my dyslexic ass. So just know that you're not alone on being stupid. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I have a Discord link down below. I'm going to be playing video games the rest of the day to decompress my angry brain. 2 things, as always, support the sponsor of the channel, Vance Global. They specialize in CBD products. They got gummies. They got different products. Everything's lab tested. It's wonderful. It helps you with sleep, helps you with anxiety. I've used them extensively in the past, and if you use my code REPSION at checkout, you're going to get 20% off all orders along with free shipping directly to your door. It ships to all 50 states in America. They're excellent, right? That's how I make money nowadays. YouTube revenue is practically non-existent. I don't know if you've noticed, but this channel is officially dead. Like, I do this for the fun of it. I do this because I have the time when I'm not working. And I enjoy creating content this way much different than I've done in the past. Because it's natural, right? And I want people to understand that I want to connect with people on a human level, not on an entertainment personality level. So support the sponsor of the channel today. And yeah, I will catch you guys in a couple days for another video when I feel like uploading. Until next time, deuces.